The district kicks off the most creative month of the year with its second annual 202 Creates.
And after nearly 50 years, it's DC's time at bat as the city prepares to host the 89th MLB All-Star Game.
All of that, plus your top stories from the news rundown, are straight ahead on this edition of We Are Washington. Welcome to We Are Washington. The district is preparing to host the 89th Major League Baseball All-Star Game. And as we're about to show you, the week-long celebration will bring much more than baseball to the city.
And it's all things creative as the district launches the second annual 202 Creates. We'll bring you highlights of an unforgettable kickoff party with some of the city's most diverse and fabulous artists. All that coming up, but first, here's the news rundown.
Washington, D.C. is leading the world in sustainability. The district was named the first LEED Platinum city in the world by the U.S. Green Building Council. LEED, which stands for Leadership in Energy and Environmental Design, measures a variety of sustainability and clean energy standards. Mayor Muriel Bowser was honored for the city's achievement on the steps of Dunbar High School, which is the highest-rated LEED certified school in the United States.
Not only are we the first to be certified, first city to be certified, but the highest certification. So that's what I've been saying about DC all along. We have a real commitment in our city to innovation and clean energy and managing our waste responsibly. We have a real commitment to how we're going to clean up our waterways and build green infrastructure.
The district's continued commitment to sustainability includes major initiatives such as the Sustainable DC Plan, Climate Ready DC, and the Draft Clean Energy DC Plan. And in addition, Mayor Bowser's recent commitment to uphold the Paris Climate Agreement cemented the district's leadership in sustainability and resilience and our work to combat the effects of climate change.
Mayor Bowser also announced that Brooklyn Middle School is the third DCPS project to receive the LEED Platinum certification.
Leaders gathered at Mount Vernon to discuss our region's most pressing issues. Mayor Muriel Bowser, Maryland Governor Larry Hogan, and Virginia Governor Terry McAuliffe met to discuss a variety of topics from opioid addiction to improving the Washington Metropolitan Area Transit Authority, or WMATA.
We are very competitive as a region around the whole nation and indeed the world. So when we come together, we grow our strength when we can speak with one voice as the capital region.
New housing and employment laws are coming to the district. The new laws, which take effect October 1st, are designed to create employment and housing opportunities for individuals who face barriers due to their credit or criminal history. The laws will impact businesses and housing providers. The D.C. Office of Human Rights is offering free training sessions on the impact of the new laws. For more information, visit ohr.dc.gov. Students at the University of the District of Columbia were welcomed back to school with a renovated auditorium.
Mayor Bowser helped cut the ribbon on the 70,000 square foot facility at UDC's Bertie Backus campus. The renovated auditorium also includes multi-use flex labs and support spaces. The Bertie Backus campus in Ward 5 is home to UDC's nursing, architectural engineering, fashion merchandising, and construction management degree programs.
Every investment in UDC lays another stone on the pathway to the middle class. So this day is important because we are seeing the pathway starting to be completed. The pathway to the middle class for our residents, but also to a sustainable, resilient, and equitable future for the district.
The auditorium is the latest project in a multi-phase renovation of classrooms, labs, offices, and support spaces at UDC that began in 2010.
The full modernization of Coolidge Senior High School is underway in Ward 4. Mayor Bowser helped break ground on the $163 million project, which will include a new middle school on the Coolidge campus. The state-of-the-art facility is designed to serve more than 1,100 middle school and high school students and is expected to open in 2019.
The Petworth Action Committee enjoyed a great turnout for its monthly meeting at E.L. Haynes Public Charter School. Mayor Bowser, Councilmember Brandon Todd, and officials from MPD joined the meeting to discuss a variety of issues with the neighborhood group.
We have the last quarter of 2016 and the first quarter of 2017 were the strongest financial quarters in the history of the District of Columbia. And that's good news for us. That means that we are continuing to attract residents and businesses and visitors that allow us to make the types of investments that we need to make all Washingtonians succeed and take advantage of the progress that we have.
Mayor Bowser visited with many of the residents of Ward 4 as she did a walk through the Petworth neighborhood. The community walkthroughs give residents a chance to speak directly with the mayor and government officials about any number of concerns they have. To find out when the mayor will be walking through your ward, you can visit mayor.dc.gov.
Mayor Bowser made her way around 3 levels of a jam-packed Decades nightclub for the kickoff of the district's second annual 202 Creates. A diverse mix of artists and entrepreneurs came out to celebrate the start of the mayor's month-long initiative, which showcases DC's vibrant creative economy.
You can't be a great city without the arts and without the creative people that make our city come alive. You can be creative and make a living in Washington, D.C.
There was a lot to take in at the kickoff event, and we'll have much more to show you coming up later in the show. No better way to say goodbye to summer than with 3 nights of free music by talented local artists.
The 2017 Labor Day Music Festival at the historic Lincoln Theater had something for everyone. From jazz to rock, from pop to the blues, and it was the perfect lead event for this month's 202 Creates.
We want to showcase how important the creative economy is to the District of Columbia. It literally adds thousands of jobs in the District of Columbia, which translates into all kinds of small businesses and all kinds of opportunities for people to be able to express themselves creatively, but most importantly, also contribute to making Washington's economy what it is.
The Labor Day Music Festival was presented by the D.C. Commission on the Arts and Humanities. To keep up with all the 202 events happening in every ward of the city, visit 202creates.com. All right, we have a few items today for the news recap. No shortage of things going on, right?
Not at all. A very busy time. I'm very excited about 202 Creates, and I don't know how many people realize just how busy it's going to be. And we have people here at the Office of Cable Television, Film, Music, and Entertainment who have been working so hard on this initiative to make sure that people are aware of just how many great events that they can go to.
We're focusing on the creative economy, which has a big presence in D.C. It creates so many jobs, and there's so many different industries around the district that are touched by creative individuals, entrepreneurs. So very important that we highlight that when we can, right?
Exactly. I just want to throw in there 1,800 jobs created just last year in the creative economy. So you can't beat that.
That's right. Okay, another item that we want to talk about today, the LEED certification, the top story we had.
Exciting.
It's very exciting because if you think about, there's no other city in the world that has received the distinction that Washington, D.C. has received.
I like to think that D.C. is the smartest city in the entire world, with the smartest people, of course.
Sure.
Okay.
You have to be smart to be able to come up with the ideas and the ingenuity to put these things into motion. So this is a great thing and a great honor to have for the city.
Exactly. I wanted to add one thing about the regional meeting. I think this is interesting.
Yes.
It's great to see. It's very refreshing to see some cooperation. We don't see a lot of that these days.
Sure.
But nice to see leaders in Virginia and Maryland and obviously our mayor come together and work on the important issues because our area is so unique.
We're tied together in a unique way. I mean, the DMV, between people who work and live and come here to visit, and all of the economic ways that we're tied together, it's very important that as much as possible, the leaders are able to come together and speak as one voice on many topics. And I think that doing this regularly, which they do, is an important way to do that.
Yeah, great to see. Coming up, we'll bring you a preview of the 2018 MLB All-Star Game, which will be held finally right here in Washington, D.C.
And after the break, we'll bring you the highlights from a memorable night with the kickoff of 202 Creates.
Welcome back to We Are Washington. We're here in the middle of Connecticut Avenue, right in front of Decades nightclub, For a very good reason.
That's right. We're kicking off 202 Creates. We're talking about the creative economy in D.C.
Exactly.
It's very important. We're talking about people who are taking their creativity, their skills, business savvy, so entrepreneurs, everybody who's making a difference in the district.
Exactly.
And there's a lot of them, right?
Definitely, and we've seen so many of them
Yes.
going into
already.
the nightclub. I know it's packed in there. People are having a great time.
Right. And the creative economy really encompasses a lot of different areas that make the district a great place to live and a great place to visit and be. So to celebrate them here tonight it's a pretty special thing, and we want to see all of it. I don't think we can because Decades it's pretty big in there. So maybe what we should do is we go in, you go one way,
Yes.
I'll go the other way.
Definitely.
And then at the end we'll meet back up and we'll try to figure out what we saw.
Exactly. We're going to go our separate ways. We're going to meet as many of these amazing artists
Right.
as possible, and we're going to bring it all to you. So let's go.
The art scene is booming here in DC, and I just love it. We want to support it.
This is an artistic community, it's a creative community, and we're a powerful community because of it.
And I caught up with Mill the barber. He's doing some work here tonight at 202 Creates. Mill, good to meet you. Why don't you tell me a little bit about what you're working on?
I'm working on this masterpiece. I'm doing a taper right here. You know, you want to highlight the beard. You know, beards are in style these days. Okay, on the shaper, we did a nice little blend taper. We want to show the transition from dark to light. You know, it doesn't matter how the haircut looks, but at the end of the day, everybody sees the shape up first. The thing I like to do is I like to pay attention to details. I'm real big on details.
My name is Lena Michelle, and I'm a visual artist. I teach art to K through 6 boys here in the district. I'm doing a paint and sip portion for tonight. It's difficult, but anybody can be an artist. It just, you just have to be willing to try things and new things.
And tell me about the sip part. That sounds interesting.
So the sip is pretty much you can get an adult beverage, and it helps you relax and takes away all those fears of I can't do this, and it helps me kind of bring you in and alleviate your self-consciousness.
We're up here with Des right now. He's been working on something pretty cool for us. So why don't you tell me a little bit about what we're looking at?
Today we're paying homage to Cool Disco Dan.
right.
He's a DC graffiti legend. I did it in an exaggerated style, in a graffiti style, because I think it would be the truest form of how we could pay homage to him. Right now I'm working on a can. It's going to be a can with angel wings on it. So what we have are some of the monuments and some of the landmarks of DC, silhouetted by the flag in the background. It's done in a graffiti style because, again, we're paying homage to a legendary DC graffiti artist. We're hoping he's resting in peace, and we hoping he's painting some real nice up in paradise.
Tell me, you kind of have a unique style with the drumming. Can you tell me a little bit about that?
Yeah, so I configured an electronic drum to kind of work in tandem with my DJ equipment, so I can basically make any sound I want come out of here. Basically use those sounds as transitions from one track to another, or sometimes I create a whole new track and I just loop something and I get an idea and there's a feeling in the room, and I kind of exude that through the music.
I think there's a lot of people here from different backgrounds that are embracing the creative fields today as well as a really important way of getting some of their policy ideas across.
I'm here with Mario with a cotton candy, and this is something I've always wanted to learn how to do, and I couldn't pass by without asking, can you teach me how to do this?
It's very easy. So we're just gonna wait for a couple seconds, and then I'm gonna start picking it up and spin it until I make a nice fluffy bone.
So now can I try one of these?
Absolutely.
All right.
Put it in closely, flip it, and start spinning.
Flip it like this?
Yep. Spin, go. You can flip it up.
Is this bad?
You should have a network. It's okay. Just lean up, lean over here, and keep spinning.
How would you rate that as a beginner?
Not too horrible.
All right, so I'm over here with Travis and Andy. Guys, tell me, what are we doing?
We're doing a vinyl, like a color change vinyl wrap. So what we do is, like right now, this brim came bare black. We wrapped it in blue. We highlight it with stickers. Then we wrap it. It's cool. I mean, you don't realize you see this stuff every day on the side of trucks, like commercial wraps and stuff. But a lot of people just don't realize what they're looking at.
So after all of that, I finally found Cecily again up here on the rooftop. So tell me about what you saw out there.
Well, it's kind of overwhelming because I've met so many interesting artists, so many great people, but I have to say I really enjoyed talking to a local artist. She was telling me about something I hadn't heard about, which is called artivism, which is kind of a combination of art and activism, which I think really is something unique.
You can talk to a lot of people. You can see a lot of things here. Body painting. I saw sculpture. I almost got a haircut. Clothes designers, you name it. I even had a chance to show how little talent I have when it comes to making cotton candy.
Yeah, I don't want to be critical, but I have to say that was just about as bad as it gets. It was almost as bad as my attempt at a painting.
Fair
I think
enough.
we're even.
It shows that there are a lot of talented people out there doing what they do.
Very talented people, and we shouldn't quit our day job.
Absolutely, that's right. All right, well, plenty more to come on We Are Washington. Stay with us. Welcome back to We Are Washington. When it comes to the big sporting events, DC has played host to all of them, from golf to football to the NCAA. And now, the big draw in Major League Baseball is coming to Nationals Park, the MLB All-Star Game.
We're very excited to be back in the nation's capital.
2018 marks the first time the Washington Nationals will host an MLB All-Star Game. And all eyes are on the district for another national event.
We want to make sure that we're going to support a great several days of activities here. We know how to do big events.
And with Major League Baseball's All-Star Game, those events stretch an entire week, bringing in thousands of visitors and tens of millions of dollars in economic impact.
It's now a 5-day celebration of the greatest game in the world. Everything from the Fan Fest that attracts over 100,000 people annually, to the Home Run Derby, the Futures Game, and of course the All-Star Game itself. There are events that even if people can't make it to the game, they have an opportunity to participate in this celebration.
The official logo marries the team colors with local symbolism.
I think the logo we are unveiling today helps convey that spirit of celebrating one of the most beloved traditions in the city that uniquely belongs to us all. I know Washington will be the ultimate host city because nothing could be more fitting, exciting, or appropriate than hosting the All-Star Game for the national pastime in the nation's capital.
The logo reveal marks the beginning of the official lead-up to the All-Star events, exciting the fans, the community, and even the players as they prepare to represent the district in front of the entire world.
If I do have the opportunity to play in this All-Star Game this year or this next year, I will definitely do the Home Run Derby. And to be able to come to D.C. every single year and play here for 7 months, 8 months out of the year, this is my home. To be able to be part of this and have the fans be part of the city, the organization, I'm definitely thrilled.
It's such an honor to be a part of. Those are so much fun. I mean, those are some of my great baseball memories of being a major leaguer, is getting to compete at the All-Star Game, because you're getting to compete against, from your side, the best opponents you could possibly face.
I think it's something that you look forward to since you were a kid. It means something special because you feel like one of the special players on the field. And you have that same feeling as a kid that, hey, man, I'm amongst the best.
The player participants and some of the events are yet to be determined, but what is for certain is DC is ready for the spotlight.
I think the venue, stadium itself, but even more important, the surrounding area will be a fantastic location for an All-Star Game.
We most recently welcomed the Pope, put on the inauguration, had 1 million women, you name it. So we know how to manage traffic, events, and people, and have a lot of fun. So we look forward to 2018.
So what do you think? Are you excited for baseball, All-Star Baseball?
I'll be honest with you, I was not excited until I saw your piece.
Oh, great. Well, that's good. We did our job then.
I had no idea just kind of the scope of it. I didn't realize it was this 5-day thing. I thought it was just the game itself, and then everybody leaves.
Well, I mean, obviously the All-Star Game is the centerpiece of the week-long All-Star events that happen. And one of the big reasons that is exciting that's coming to D.C. is because of not just the fans that come here, the baseball fans, people coming to the region and spending time here and seeing our great city, but also the things that last longer than just the week. You know, again, you have Fan Fest, the Derby, the game, but there's also legacy projects that when Major League Baseball comes into town, they pair up with the host team, the Nationals in this case, to do things that benefit the community, benefit local little leaguers, things that will enhance the host city in ways that will last long after the game's over.
And it'll be great to see how the little leaguers here in our city get to take advantage of all these great activities. Our favorite Little League, the Senator Satchel Paige Little League.
Are we allowed to play favorites?
We're allowed because we did do a feature on them. I hope all of the little baseball players get to take advantage of some of these great things.
It's exciting for them,
Very exciting. That's all we have for this show, but we do have time for one last thing.
So let me get rid of this really quick. And what we have today, I want to keep the conversation on baseball. There's a lot of good stuff to talk about.
Until next year, until next summer.
Until next summer, exactly. So talking about the All-Star Game, this is the first All-Star Game that the Nationals are going to be hosting. But it's not the first All-Star Game that Washington, D.C. has hosted. Washington, D.C. has actually hosted 4 previous All-Star Games right here in the city at Griffith Stadium and RFK Stadium over the years. The first one starting in 1937. Now, the interesting fact behind it.
Wait, was that the Senators?
Yes, but the interesting fact behind that, the owner, one of the principal owners of the Nationals, Ted Lerner, attended the 1937 All-Star Game.
Oh my goodness! Are you sure he'd want that to be?
He said that they said it at the unveiling event, so I'm sure that they're okay with that being out there.
Talk about full circle. I mean, that's
I know, right. The other interesting fact about the Nationals and hosting the Major League Baseball All-Star Game is that Bryce Harper actually leads the team, the Nationals, for the most All-Star selections in team history, which is totally believable.
Exactly.
But interesting nonetheless.
Yes.
Well, that is all the time that we have today, but we'd like to thank you for joining us, and we want to encourage you to check out more of our programming and more of what we do at the Office of Cable Television, Film, Music, and Entertainment. Go see our YouTube page, search Entertain DC for all of those great programs. Thank you.
See you next time.